in paper-making field, in painting and coating field, in plastic and PVC field, in artificial marble field, Shanghai CLUM supply you the most ideal micron powder grinding equipment CLUM series ultrafine vertical roller mill. With the rapid development of the society, the traditional powder processing equipment can no longer meet the market demand and requirements for the ultrafine powder. Faced with the more usages and requests, the low capacity and value-added situation restrict the development of the present ultrafine powder manufacture. Under the accumulated 20 years experience in manufacturing roller mills, CLUM designed and launched a new type CLUM series vertical roller mill, integrated the grinding, classifying, coating and packing processes into one unit. It can produce over 4 kinds of particles simultaneously. The fineness is adjusted from 400 to 3000 mesh. 2 micron content are controlled at 20% to 70%. The CLUM production line consists of raw material crushing system, feeding and weaning system, main unit grinding system, hydraulic and lubrication system, dust collecting system, secondary classifying system, powder surface coating system, powder conveying system, bagging and palletizing system, central control system, the bulk materials are fed into jaw crusher. After crush fall into the belt conveyor. The iron parts are removed by the iron separator. They enter into the hammer crusher. After crushed into small granules, number 1 bucket elevator transferred materials into the transfer silo. Under the silo, the material is precisely weighted and controlled by weight belt. Number 2 bucket elevator transport materials into mixing school. The materials are mixed completely with the dispersing agent, evenly enter into the main unit by the screw feeder. When the grinding unit is running, the grinding plate is rotated by the main motor by the gear reducer. Material fall onto the center of the grinding plate, then evenly distributed to the plate flange. Large materials are crushed and grinded directly. The fine particles are grinded again by the inner particle force until into fine powder. The fine powders are carried by high airflow comes from wind tunnel, while the materials transport to the separator with the airflow. The coarse particles fall back to the grinding plate for regrind. The fine particles pass it and enter into powder pulse filter. When the filter cabinet work, pulse valve inject high-pressure air, vibrate the filter bags. The fine powder are fallen down to the bottom. Screw conveyor sends the powder into pneumatic conveying system. With high-speed airflow, the powder is transported to the number 1 silo. To get a better fineness, the powder is transported to the transfer silo. With the high pressure blower, it is fed into the secondary classifier chamber. When reach the high-speed melted impeller, the fine powder across it enter into powder collector and transport to the number 2 silo. The unqualified powder fall down and collect into number 3 silo. To increase the value of the powder surface coating process can be applied. The powder in the transfer silo is sent to feeding and weighing screw. Then the dosed powder is heated in preheat screw conveyor. Also, the coating agent is heated and melted in heating tank. Then is sprayed into the main unit by pump. In a coating chamber with a unique impeller structure, the powders and the coating agent are scattered, mixed in appropriate high temperature. The coated powders flow into the pipes and enter into dust collector. Then transport to number 4 silo as the end product. The whole CLUM roller mill production line are operated under the central control system. The different particles can be adjusted easily by the intelligent controlling system. Finally, the final powder is collected by the bagging and pelletizing robots, which reduce the labor costs significantly. Roller pressure applying method adopts the PLC or DCS automatic control. The gearbox equipped with multiple detection and protection devices, which can realize continuous operation without stopping. Low operation cost, high additional value, safe and reliable. CLUM Ultrafine vertical roller mill is widely used in the calcite, marble, limestone, dolomite, talc, barite, and other non-metal materials. CLUM company devoted to the field of micro powder grinding mills for 20 years, manufactured the most ideal ultrafine powder grinding equipment.